morning, tubers. We have something we haven't seen in a long time. Sunshine.
Sunshine.
And so we're getting ready. Next week is the day we're going to be rolling. So we're going to start doing some service work. I know it's been a while since we've done any service work, and people have been asking, when are you going to do some service work? So I'm going to do some service work. We're going to service the air cleaner, and I know a lot of people are going to, oh, that's the worst air cleaner you could have in the world, but this is what I choose to use. If you don't, then that's fine. But it's not a K&M, but it's that style of air cleaner. You wash them out. And I wash it out usually twice a year, so it's always clean. And we're going to service the batteries and just do some little stuff like that, just small things. I got a hinge of the shock lift inside on one of the cabinets that the rivet broke, so I'm going to put a new rivet in that. And just small things that need to be done. We've been sitting here parked for quite a while, so just using the motorhome to live in, and now I need to get things straightened up. I'm not going to do oil and filter. We've only got about 3,000 miles on the last oil change, and probably by the end of the season we will have 5,000. Normally we'd have somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000. But we'll probably end up with about 5,000 miles on it before I do the oil filter and the fuel filter and the coolant filter and all that kind of stuff. So, and the lubrication of the chassis only got about 3,000 miles on it. So we're just working. We got things rolled out here. Got the awning rolled out. Try to get it dried out because all the rain. You can see it's dripping. Had a lot of rain, man. And the grass shows it. It grows really, really good. So anyway, let me get set up here and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so, well, some of you have probably, I know most of you have probably seen this already, but there's my toolbox. That's what I work out of. I know it's kind of small, but yeah, I got a few tools in here and a bunch of stuff, so it works pretty good for what I need to do. Anyway, we're going to go over here. So here's one of the boogers about this motorhome. There's the air filter right there. A big red thing, and it's kind of tough. Well, you can see I'm starting to get some rust on this chassis. It's going to be a project that I'm going to have to take on where I wire brush everything and repaint it, but it's just, shoot, this thing's, 27 years old, so it's got a lot of usage. My shock here is all kind of chewed up, and that's my shock holder that keeps it from going down. So anyway, we got to get that out of there. And then after that, the next thing up, we'll be servicing these bottom batteries down here, Trojan T105s. They're about, I think they're about 4 or 5 years old. And the secret with them is just keep distilled water in them, and they'll go 10, 12 years. A lot of people let them go dry and let them go dead and all that kind of stuff. And you just got to keep them charged up and keep plenty of liquid in them, and they last for a long, long time. So we'll be doing that. I'll show you how that is. That's a pretty easy thing to do. So let me, once again, let me get things set up here to do this job. All right, so a couple of things I recommend is one of these, which is for your knees. And then another thing is go to a thrift store or something and get you a magic carpet like this. Makes it great for going underneath. You roll it up when you're done, throw it in your bay, and about once every 2 years we'll run it to the laundromat and we'll wash it up. And it kind of keeps you from getting real dirty, keeps you from getting all destroyed. And these are so nice on your knees, especially with having the problems I've been having. It's extra, extra nice. So we're going to go ahead and there's a clamp over here. Trying to remember exactly how I did this before because it's been a little while. Not long, been a little while. It's been probably about, we haven't done a lot of traveling, so. Oh, God. Okay. You have to start off with a wrench. I thought I might have to because it's the bolt is too long. Okay, so I got these clamps loose, so now what I'm going to do, hopefully I don't These things are scary, man. Sometimes they snap you and they hurt like that. You just gotta be careful. Anytime you're working on this kind of stuff, you gotta be careful. Huh. There's nothing back here, so it should go that way. Okay, I know what I need. Like I say, it's been about a year since I've done this. You always got to have a pry bar. There we go. See, that makes it a whole lot easier. Whole lot. And then, get your hand in there. It slides out. Yay! And there it is. And honestly, it looks a lot better on the inside than it does on the outside. So, now, da-da-da. This is quite high tech, the way they put these things together. Hey dude, what are you doing? As you can tell, Cage is having fun. So this is just Gorilla Tape on here. I used to try to keep this thing all really beautiful looking, but motorhome's getting old and it's going to need some new parts down the road here. This might end up being one of them, you never know. It's got a little bit of rust right there. But the thing is once we have our building set up, which we were talking with the gentleman yesterday, and a lot of positive things came out of that discussion as far as I'm concerned. So we're just going to work on getting that building once we get that. Hey, don't be eating the air cleaner. One screw. Probably what I should do too is do a little mark here. I usually do a little mark and then it's gone. After I'm all done, we'll just do this so we know right where it goes. And I'm going to put it back together. Should make it a little easier. And I realize, like I said, there's a lot of people that don't like these air filters, and I understand why. I've weighed all the pros and cons. Think about it is this air filter cost me about $250 to buy originally. I can imagine they're quite a bit higher now. But the stock replacement paper filters, which last 1 year, are $120. So this one I wash every 6 months. It doesn't cost me but a few quarters to do that because I take it over to the car wash and spray it down. And the thing is that I'd be really deep into it. You can see that's pretty clean. Even on the inside, not too bad. It gets dirt, but you know, it's going to get dirt because it's these diesel engines really suck hard. So this is what we're going to clean right here is this piece. You can get all this dirt off of it. We'll clean this too. It's dirty. Clean everything up. Yeah, you little mud dog. I'll be glad when the ground dries out here. Look at the boy.
I know.
All right, you stay out of the mud.
See, we don't have mud. We don't have mud daubers. He's a mud dogger.
Come here. Come here. Now you're gonna get it again. Because we're gonna go in the truck. Little gooey, is it? And this tire stuff is like a cleaner, right? Yeah. It's an acid stuff. So it's the So after doing the car wash thing, there's always a little extra soap in it. So I just like to rinse it out real good, get everything out of it, and then it's going to sit out here and dry for a couple hours. And then it'll get reassembled, and we'll throw it back in there. That's what you got to do. And it's a simple process, and it saves a lot of money, and it works good. I'm telling you, I truly believe these air cleaners in it makes it run a little better, no doubt about it, because it flows air better. I've seen guys run these diesels with no air cleaner, which makes no sense to me, but we'll keep the air cleaner. We'll keep this one on there. Next project here is going to be doing the batteries. I'm going to kind of knock down this surface nasty stuff on here, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. I do this service. I do this multiple times a year. Batteries. These batteries I paid. We were actually working with an RV dealer, and we got them for $500 for all four. Now you're lucky if you can find them under $1,000. So I try to keep them good. The last ones I had were interstate batteries, and they were the ones that came with the motorhome, and they were like 5 years old, and we ran them for about 5 or 6 years, and they were just fine. But you always want to take a wrench and just make sure everything's good and tight, because if they're loose, they'll create heat, and if they create heat, they can do all kinds of bad things. So as long as you got everything nice and tight on here, which I got a little bit of movement there, but that's not really that loose. Tight is always the best, but these are pretty tight. Okay, good now. All right, so the next thing to do is, so you want to use distilled water. And I have one of these handy dandy things right here, and they work really cool. So you want to put your distilled water in your little battery filler. And then these little caps here pop up. Watch your eyes. Keep your eyes closed when you're doing this. And when you're messing with batteries, don't wear your best shirt, your best pants. I always wear my work stuff when I mess with batteries. I actually saw a battery blow up in a shop one time. Boy, that was a scary event. There was a mechanic standing over it. These all look pretty full. I just maintained them. I just filled them up a while back. Doesn't look like I'm going to actually need to put any moisture in them. They're all full. Every single one. And that's a good thing. That's what you want to see. I have gauges on my dash, and I monitor. These are the start batteries, truck batteries, which these aren't supposed to last but maybe a year or two. And these are probably 3 or 4 years old. But there's no way to fill them with distilled water. So all you can really do is keep the terminals clean. Just do stuff like that with them. And when they go bad, when they start going bad on this, we have an auxiliary start. So I can always use these batteries to start the RV. And that makes for a good deal. I'm gonna clean that one thing and maybe put a little tighten on them. Okay, let's just get a little tighten on all this. It's pretty tight. That's one might be a little loose. Okay, that's all done. Now I'm just going to squirt them off. All right. Jason wants to say hi. Say hi, Jason.
Hello, internets.
We're going to try to do some kind of an interview with them before we leave. So, anyway, so everything's all set up, cleaned, tightened. I took a meter, went over it, metered out all the batteries. Everything in there is wonderful, looks good, charging. I didn't even have to add liquid. And we maintain, those things maintain a constant charge basically. As long as we're plugged in, it's charging. And when we're driving, they're charging. And when we're running the generator, they're charging. So we're in pretty good shape. Those batteries, they're not all bulgy and all that kind of stuff. They're still loose in that carrier there. So pretty much I have to say after almost 5 years, those batteries are like pretty much like new. Okay, so let's go over here. And as you know, that's our fire pit. And there's Mr. Boo Boo in there. What are you doing? Are you just gonna stay in the truck all day? Is this your truck? Huh? You wanna just stay in there? Or you wanna get a treat? We could do a treat or a bath. What would you like to do? Yeah? Okay. And we'll check on these. These are looking pretty good. Yep. Flip this upside down. Keep running the liquid up and down in there. This is pretty clean. I think we're pretty good on that. We'll give it a little while longer, maybe another half an hour or so. Feels pretty dry. And then that'll be done. Took all the bicycles and stuff out of here. It was too full in here and weight that we were carrying around that didn't matter. So I got some oil for the motorhome. We got the spare tire, and we got 2 5-gallon jugs for water in case things get weird. We're still trying to see what's going to happen. They're saying that the United States is going to run out of diesel fuel. I can't believe they would let that happen, but there I go thinking again. Here we go. We're going to check and see. We're going to check here and see what the fluid levels look like. We're going to check the coolant first, and it's right on the money. Now you can see the coolant in the little sight glass there. And then here's the engine oil dipstick. And we're right in the middle on that, right where that needs to be. And the oil looks really good too. It's really clean. Like I say, it's only got 3,000 miles on it. And my diesel oil doesn't look like most people's diesel oil. Check the belt. Belt looks good. I am going to check this. I know you can't check transmission fluid when it's not running, and I just like to look at it. Smells good. Looks real nice and clean, and anytime it's been sitting, it's right there in the U of use. So this is probably going to need to be serviced again here in another 10,000 miles. It's a good idea to do it about every 60,000. It's probably got about 30,000 on it, so I don't ever let anything go full term. So that's good. Everything looks good in here. I ran it the other day. AC's working, everything's working. Looks good, man. All right, batteries are done. Everything's good in there. We'll lock it up. One thing you want to do is always lock your batteries up, because for some reason people are after the lead in them batteries. So just like your catalytic converters. Okay. find that little mark I did. I think that's it right there. And then where did I do it on here? I might have, that car wash might have got rid of that little mark. There it is. That looks like it. You're supposed to be able to just interface with any of the screw holes, but I found not so much. Doesn't really work. So I guess you could do it. Like you carry, just screws it, or you just put tape on it. Not the whole process. This is not fun. Put tape on it. Wait. Okay. So I think when we get back, I'm going to take that apart again, and I'm gonna, when I have time to leave it out here, I'll paint it, repaint it all. Might be cool to even paint it blue. Alrighty. That's all there is to that. Now the hard part, get back in there. Okay. A little bit dirty on that side, but that's the intake side there. Let's see. This way. That one. Fly here. This is the hard part, is getting this thing back in. Always the hard part. It's always a toughie over here. Let's see. Yeah. Just don't pinch the wires, Bill. It was just that easy. Of course, all the other guys, they make it seem like they take that 20 minutes of hassling with something and say, and they erase it, make it sound like they finished it. It was a hassle. Sometimes they can be, but it's done. It's getting to those clamps. And the bad thing about this rig is that the clamp, there's a big metal square channel, and you can't see the clamp, and you can't get a wrench on it. It's just painful. But anyway, we got it. It's good. It's a hassle every time. Every time it's a hassle. But my trusty carpet came in good. Okay, so that's done. We checked all the fluids. Reservice the batteries. So now we're going to roll up the magic carpet, and we're going to do a run on the generator, and I think that's going to be today's lesson. Okay, and then we're going to do, in the next day or two, we're going to take all the covers off the wheels, covers off the mirrors, wash it up a little bit, just getting it ready. I always like everything clean when we leave, so that as soon as we get on the road, it's a mess. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching.